disciplined professional that he is, has moved into perfect position, 3,000 feet to my left. He's also low, and he's probably cussing under his breath because I'm putting him in the weeds. In some ways, he's got a tougher job than I do because he has to watch both my airplane and the ground ahead of him. I know that right now, his head is swiveling back and forth, checking his 12 o'clock position, then looking at me, then back out the front again, and back at me. He's working hard to stay alive, but he's not complaining. There's some turbulence rolling off the nearby mountain ridges, and it pounds my airplane with a quick sledgehammer blow. I'm briefly lifted out of my seat, tight against the straps. Enough of this. Time to climb a bit. I pull up ever so slightly and gain 100 feet of altitude almost instantly. My wingman follows. The extra altitude will allow us to spend more time looking around for enemy airplanes and missiles instead of fixating on the ground ahead. I glance at the waypoint distance indicator, displayed in front of me on the angled glass of the head-up display, or HUD, mounted on top of my instrument panel. It shows 7 miles to the initial point, IP, the start of our attack run. Cato is my wingman today. He and I have switched roles for this mission. Normally, I'm a wingman, but I've been preparing to upgrade to flight lead, and Cato has graciously allowed me to lead today's flight. He's trusting me to run the whole show. If we don't find and destroy the target, it'll be entirely my fault. I'm loving the challenge. I glance at the elapsed time clock, then at the map in my left hand. We should be crossing an unpaved road in exactly 15 seconds. I look ahead and see a dirt road winding its way down into the valley from the ridgeline on the left. We cross the road 5 seconds late. Normally, I would try to correct a 5-second error, but the road cuts our flight path diagonally, which means we might have a left-right course error, not a timing error. I ignore the late waypoint and remind myself to check the timing at the IP. Our target, an enemy command vehicle, is supposed to be located 7.5 miles from the IP, on a heading of 080 degrees. I do some quick math. Our ground speed is 5.5 miles per minute, almost 11 seconds per mile. So our IP to target run will be about 1 minute and 22 seconds long. Our action point, the place where we'll abruptly turn and climb in order to position ourselves to drop the bombs, will be 2 miles, or about 22 seconds before the target. Therefore, exactly 1 minute after the IP, I will action to my right. I slide the microphone button under my left thumb to the up position and say, "Bullet, wedge, fence in." Cato immediately responds. His airplane aggressively flicks away from me and then settles into a wedge position about a mile behind and to the left of me. This will allow him to cover me as I attack the target. It will also keep him out of the blast pattern from my bombs as he makes his attack run behind me. He'll drop his bombs on a nearby troop bunker. We're in enemy territory now, across the fence, and our fence check will prepare our airplanes for what's to come. I reach down and move the master arm switch to arm. I've already selected the underwing pylon stations from which I want the bombs to drop and specified which of the bomb's fuses will activate when they fall. The green ready lights on the armament panel now tell me the bombs will drop as soon as I push and hold the red button under my right thumb. The IP today is the intersection of a road and a railroad track. I see it 2 miles early and correct my heading a few degrees in order to fly directly over it. We're right on time. Over the IP, I punch the hack button on my clock, starting a timer, and press the mic button again. Bullet 1's departing the IP, hack. Cato acknowledges me just like a good wingman or number 2 should. 2. I turn the plane to a heading of 080 degrees and review what I expect to see as I roll in on the target. A squat, tan and green truck on the west side of a clearing, next to a north-south dirt road. The clock second-hand sweeps around toward the 1-minute mark. I make a final check of my...